Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly love reading. So let's see what's going on for you in terms of love. The Seven of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. So yeah, okay, I'm going to start off just by looking at these cards. I'm feeling drawn to do that, even though I didn't do that for the set of cards number 1 and 2. So they're past feelings for you. 10 of Cups. So they feel as though, well, in the past they felt as though you were the one for them. They felt really happy. They felt as though they'd finally met the person, like their dream person, their ideal person. They felt as though you had a lot in common. You may have had intense and really in-depth discussions where you just resonated with each other so well. You know, you really clicked, you really got each other. This person felt really uplifted. They felt truly loved by you, truly seen and understood. A lot of empathy between you both, feeling heightened, happy, feeling as though, you know, it just felt right in many ways. Your connection felt right to them. 7 of Pentacles. So this person, they felt as though they were investing a lot within your connection, but I'm feeling emotions of frustration here. Like they were trying to get your connection to grow or develop further in some kind of way. You know, whether it appeared that way on the surface or not, they were trying to plant the seeds for your connection to grow deeper. They may have been trying to get close to you. You know, again, it may feel as though what I'm talking about is your feelings for them, but what Spirit is saying is that they felt the same way, whether they articulated that or not, whether they showed it or not. They were trying to invest and invest and invest in this connection so it would grow stronger and stronger and stronger. But there's a feeling of frustration. I feel as though things were more complicated than what they wanted them to be between you both. And so there was a time where this person was confused. This card is all about taking a step back to ask self if we should continue to invest in this or cut our losses and start investing in something else, or, you know, going in a different direction. So this person experienced confusion, and they felt as though things weren't developing in as much as, you know, the work that they had put in. Again, whether you saw that on the surface or not, this person definitely feels like they invested a lot and they weren't sure whether it was going to pay off or not. So they felt disheartened at times. There's the Four of Swords. So this person was feeling very burnt out by the efforts they were putting in, or if it felt like an emotional roller coaster or something. There was deep happy feelings, but then there may have been like really difficult emotions or triggers coming up as well. And so they were feeling exhausted by not knowing where this connection was going, not knowing if all the work that was being put in on both sides most likely was going to grow, or whether it was just not working out. And I feel like in many ways the connection was just not working out. And they felt very troubled by that. I feel that is when they started going inwards. They may have come across as cold or uncaring at that time, but they were just feeling disappointment, feeling some heartbreak, maybe even feeling some rejection coming up. And, you know, it could have been you both feeling that in your own ways. And again, this person really trying to figure out what was the best thing to do with this connection. Two of Wands. So there's definitely like they wanted something to deepen between you both, but they felt as though there was something getting in the way of that. So it could have been an external circumstance, or it could have been a mental block or an emotional block on either side or on both sides. So they felt like there was so much opportunity, and they wanted this 10 of Cups with you. They wanted this happy relationship with you. You know, they wanted this flower to blossom and bloom, but they were, at the same time, they were feeling like this bit of the plant here, the bud, they were feeling like it was wilting, or they were starting to lose hope, basically. And so they may have become more distant, because they were trying to go inwards and problem solve and figure things out for themselves. They may have started, for some of them, looking in a different direction at that time. Not necessarily at a different person. I mean, it could have been that they may have just been wondering, should I stay or should I go? But it's not because they didn't feel this deep love for you. They literally felt like they'd exhausted all the ways in which they felt like they could try and make this work. Again, many of you are going to feel like I'm talking about how you felt, but this person felt the same way. So Knight of Swords. You know, this person, they wanted to fight for the connection. They wanted to make it work. This flower is called Love in a Mist. So that's like love in a place of confusion. Or difficulties. You know, the fog was preventing you from uniting, seeing each other clearly, or seeing a situation clearly. But they wanted to fight for your connection. But they may not have been able to see through that mist, through that fog. And so they still had all this hope. I feel like in a way they were still investing in your connection, but some of them, they may have moved in a different direction, but their heart was still deeply connected to you, and maybe they hoped that things would work out in the future when things were less complicated, or there was less obstacles or something like that. How do they feel about you right now? 6 of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. 3 of Swords in reverse. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. No, that's not in reverse. 10 of Pentacles. And the Ace of Cups. And we have, what's going on? Things will change very soon. Let me be your king. What does she think of me? And you turn me on in so many ways. So their current feelings for you, they definitely still care for you. 6 of Swords. This is all about moving out of adversity into a brighter future. So they're wanting your connection to heal. I feel like they're wanting to work with you to make it heal. They've definitely been doing inner work, inner healing work. I feel like they've been releasing things that aren't serving them. People, emotional blocks, mental, inner conflict or anything like that. Pessimism. They're releasing those things. Because they still want to work on your connection. They're still holding out for you to come together in that brighter future, in that reunion. Ace of Pentacles. So they want a brand new beginning, a tangible new beginning in your connection. They may be coming forward with an offer or some communication at this time. It's interesting that that's below the 7 of Pentacles, which is about investment, and at a certain point they took some time out to really ask themselves, should I keep investing in this connection? You know, they may have tested the waters in a different direction, just to test if they should, you know, if it's right for everyone involved to invest, you know, go in a different direction. But now I'm feeling as though they've tested that and they realise they want this new beginning with you. So the Ace of Pentacles, they're still putting in the work to your connection. There was some heartbreak with the Three of Swords in reverse, but in reverse it's like healing is happening. It may have been heartbreak or fear of heartbreak, which was creating a lot of blocks in the development of your connection in the past. So this person has worked really hard to heal those blocks and release them. And a separation may have triggered that heartbreak up within you as well. But it caused you to, it almost forced you to do that healing work and release. Sometimes when we don't surrender, which we need to do for a manifestation to occur, you know, sometimes when we don't surrender, something has to happen to make us surrender and be like, oh, fuck this kind of thing. And sometimes, unfortunately, it is through heartbreak. If we don't know how to surrender in a more positive kind of way through our own choice, then sometimes we can feel like something's taken away from us and it forces us to surrender, because we often transform through adversity. You know, we don't want to continue to feel that heartbreak, and you know, it becomes way too much to handle, and so we have to change. We have to heal and surrender in order to get past that severe heartbreak. And that's, you know, the process of healing and release and coming to a higher state of consciousness and a higher vibration. So any heartbreak that has been experienced in this connection in the past, they're healing that. They're letting go of the past. There's forgiveness on both sides is what I'm feeling. And yeah, the Ten of Pentacles, what are they investing in? Your connection. The Ten of Pentacles is the happy relationship, being a good provider. So they may have realized that they hurt you if they walked away, because they became disheartened and felt like it's not working out, so maybe I should try someone else or a different direction. And then, you know, that just made their mind up even more that they want to invest in you and the connection. But they really want to be there for you now. They want to be a good provider, especially if they want to provide healing of your broken heart as well. Ace of Cups, so yeah, they're wanting a new beginning in love, giving you their heart, being completely available for a happy, healthy relationship with you. That's what they're feeling, that's what they're wanting. There's what's going on. So yeah, this is really saying that in the past they became confused because they felt like things were so complicated, and then they may have thought, well, if it's so complicated, does that just mean that we're not right for each other? That things will change very soon. Yeah, healing is occurring. Let me be your king. So they really want to be the best version of themselves for you. They want to be a good provider. They've ascended to this higher vibration of the king energy. What does she think of me? So if you are in no contact, they may be wondering like if you still love them. They may be wondering if it's safe for them to come forward and try and have a reconciliation with you. We have you turn me on in so many ways. So this is a lot of attraction, magnetic attraction, sexual attraction, feeling attracted to you on all levels really, but also it's like you turn them on in terms of you wake them up. So let's look into the divination dice, and then we'll look into the charms. I'll pull out one of the smaller ones first. I'm not going to look. There's the witch with the magic wand. And then I'll pull out one of the bigger dice as well. The windmill. Okay. So the witch with the magic wand. So yeah, they're wanting to transform your connection. They feel a lot of magic within your connection. They feel it's so meaningful, it's so spiritual, but yeah, they're wanting to manifest, create, transform your connection. And this is really positive. The windmill, it's like the wheel of fortune. It's moving, or you have moved out of a previous karmic cycle that was keeping you both blocked and your connection blocked, and you're moving into a much better vibration, a much better cycle, harmonious. And there's two little huts here attached to the windmill. It's like the two of you moving in this much more positive direction. So let's look at the charms. Slightly bitter. So yeah, there may have been bitterness about what happened in the past. This person may have had difficulties getting their emotions across. They didn't know how to express their needs or their wants. They may have expected you to be a mind reader or something like that, is what I'm hearing. Slightly bitter. Or they're hoping, if you're feeling slightly bitter, then they can heal that. There's the heart with the angel wings. So this is saying that whatever's happened in your connection has been divinely guided. Spirit and your angels have been watching over this connection. This connection has caused an intense heart awakening within you both, so you remember your true soul selves. So your soul is the part of you that incarnates in all lifetimes and is your true self in the other dimensions as well. So a deep remembrance, and you know, that's not an easy journey to go through. So the camera, this always reminds me of Instagram or social media, or it could mean that this person's looking at old photos, or they're reminiscing about the past, or they may be looking at your photos on social media, or they may be posting photos for you to see on social media, something like that. Or it could be someone that just loves photography, or it can resonate in whatever way it does for you as an individual. So the church, again, this is really saying your connection is deeply spiritual, it's divinely guided, but this also reminds me of the Hierophant card and the Three of Pentacles. So the Hierophant is about commitment, committing to this spiritual path, committing to each other. It can represent the marriage card as well. The Three of Pentacles is working together to build this spiritual connection, but building it in a 3D as well, you know, coming together in the 3D. And finally you have the owl. So a lot of wisdom has been obtained or attained through this connection, through a separation. A lot of realizations have happened to help you come into much more harmony within yourselves and with each other. So thank you so much. Take care. Bye.